Hey everybody, Carl here, and I have a few things I wanted to bring here to show you today. And the first one is what I'm doing. I'm finishing up on my my C3 capacitor slash resistor tester that the Heath kit that I have. I had put an order in. Matter of fact, I went to that place that that Bill, Old 64 Goat, uses to get his capacitors at Joe's capacitor place, whatever. And I put the order in, and when I got it back, you know, I looked at it and went, great. I put it aside, I said, okay, I'll be on this. Well, a few days after, I went to my bench, set everything up, had the thing there laid out, and I have a tendency, I like to lay out my parts as best I can to kind of know, you know, the procedure, okay, I'm going to do this one, you know, so on. And I laid out I'd gotten the 10 microfarad 630 volt capacitors for the main filters there. And I noticed there was only one there, and I thought, oh man, don't tell me, you know, he shorted me one. It couldn't be my fault, you know, I wouldn't do that. But come to find out, I went back and looked at the order, and sure enough, I only ordered one of them. So, okay, so I put the order in, and then I replaced all the other capacitors. As a matter of fact, let me see, is there a deal if I can switch it around? I guess I just have to turn it for right now. But there it is at the moment, and I'm going to give you a better shot of it. Over there is the capacitor that came in. Finally, of all things, they had to have a problem with the shipping. You know, it wasn't Joe's fault. It just there was a glitch that somewhere after it got shipped out, it got delayed somehow. So I finally got it today, and today is Saturday, the 4th of November, which is the day before the Sunday the 5th that we've got. Now this is the 5th of November, and we have high risk warnings for tornadoes and stuff tomorrow. Because it's going to get warm, and there's going to be a cold front, and they're going to meet right over us. We're going to have a lot of high rotation and all that. And so, you know what? You know, if you're going to have that kind of action, have it in the summer when you're expecting it, you know, but not in November. You know, we're getting ready for snow and Christmas and Thanksgiving. You know, we don't need no tornado watches and stuff, you know. So, but anyway, getting back, you know, watch me go off this, off the subject into a whole new story. But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to solder in this new this last capacitor, and then I want to tell you about the wonderful generosity of the people that, you know, are in this group and watch these videos and participate in these, you know, it blows me away. You know, what a blessing we have. But okay, let me get set up here, because I want to spin the camera around, and I'm on the phone camera, but I can't just click a button and have it automatically reverse. I have to stop this and restart it. So let me do that, and I'll get back, and I want to show you, because there's a special little deal here that a lot of people can miss. And if you miss, you can have a whole new adventure, you know. Okay, let me get out of here, and I'll be right back. Okay. All right. Now, here is the last capacitor that I have to change. I already changed that one, and I have its brother right here to go in next. But there's a deal with this, and I want to show you. And you can see it on here. If you're paying attention, you'll catch it. But if you're just like throwing things in here, you might miss it, and it'd be a very bad miss. Okay. Now, when we look at the schematic, see if I can get this so it looks okay. All right, you see this area here, and you see how here's the ground. Here's the ground. And look what happens when if you follow that ground up, and you're not real careful, you see how it hooks here? And where does that ground attach to on this capacitor? It attaches to the positive side. Now up here on this one, and these are both electrolytics, it's, it attaches to the negative side like you normally would see. But this one right here, now where's the negative? The negative's coming off the negative 410 volts off of this section of the secondary. Okay? Comes here. Negative goes up, but the positive of this one, besides being attached to the negative of the other capacitor, if you look, it hooks around and goes right to ground. So if you were to hook this up normally, now let's look in here. Let's take a look and see what's going on inside of the unit itself. Here's the lug down here. This is the negative lug. Now you see on this one, the negative's going to where it should be, to here. But on this is the other capacitor. Let's see if I can, hold on, let me see if I can turn it around to where it shows the negative side. Because on here it does show positive, negative. Okay, it's upside down. See down here where it says positive? It says positive. And that side is going to the ground. See? Now, if you didn't catch that, you would have just assumed you would want to put the negative side to the negative lug, because that's normally how you do them. So this is one of those things where you really got to pay attention to what's going on here. And that's why you can't relax and just throw stuff in. That wrecks more things. That's what you call being complacent. You kind of get easy, in what you're doing. You get comfortable in your old shoes, and you don't sit and pay attention to stuff. And hey, I'm a major candidate of that. And the reason I'm saying that because it is so easy to have it happen. But yeah, that one there could really goof you up. And all you'd have to do is just not pay attention. So let me snip this one out. I'm going to put the new one in, and hopefully in my mind I'll get it right as I do it, and I'll come back. Okay, got her in. And see if we can take a good look. I got the negative going up there to where it's supposed to be, and I got the positive on the negative lug, so the way it's supposed to be. So if you look down there, look at that brown spot. That was one of those great big capacitors there. She must have had a little burning experience some time back. I mean, you couldn't really tell that much by looking at the cap, but who knows. But anyway, so now I got that in. Now I wanted to talk about a little bit something that, remember I said that, with thankful for all, for all the people that we have here. I don't know if you notice, do you see my new little, well, new to me, my little Weller soldering station over there, which I just used to solder that in. That, along with a whole box of stuff, and I put a lot of it away already. But give an example, besides those, the soldering station, which, you know, I've been using that. I have a cheapy eBay one that I bought, and it's been working okay. I can't get tips for it, and to be honest with you, the tips are getting a little weak on that one. And also when I do my controls, I can go from and that's my blue one over there. And like I said, it's worked pretty good for me, except I'm at a point now where I can go low to medium, but I can't go like medium high. Once I start getting up by medium high, it almost goes to high, and which is okay because I usually solder near a hotter point anyway. But you know, if times come, if you want to crank it down a bit or you use a different iron, that one's permanently in there. On this new one, I can plug in whatever iron I want. So that makes, you know, that's a big difference too. And you know, and the thing is, I'm, you know, I mean, I don't like mentioning it because it's kind of weird, but you know, I just don't have the money like I used to when I was working at, you know, I live on my Social Security and that's it. I don't have like a, you know, like a dental, you know, 401k thing that I don't have none of that. I have my Social Security and that's it. And it makes it really tough to live. So, you know, if I have something that's kind of working, then, you know, as long as I can make it work or find a way to make it work, that's what I do. You know, once in a while I come across a thing where I might have to get a piece of equipment, and then I'm going to try to get the best deal I can because that's all I can do. So having a nice soldering station is such a big deal in this hobby. So who do I thank? Well, JIm Kodysz, and if you don't know how that's spelled, it's Kodysz, and I'm sure you've seen him on making comments and stuff like that. So I mean, he's not a stranger. But he very generously sent me a care package, and it had the soldering iron in it. Had some, like these clamps here. Now this don't seem like much, right? These little battery clamps. It just so happens I have an old Sears battery charger that the clamps, I need to replace the clamps on it. Well, one of them's missing, and the other one needs a clamp. And I was gonna, but that cost, and do I actually need that right now? I can make something else work with it, but I can do it now. And actually, my trickle charger, I probably need to replace the clamps on that one too, because I've used that a lot over the years, and they wear out. Plus, man, he sent me such an array of some wonderful stuff. 9-volt battery holders. You don't think you need those? You sure do. Tons of resistors and capacitors. A ton of transformers. And a ton of pots. All different types of variable potentiometers. So and that's just a few of the things. I mean, he just really sent me just a ton of really good stuff. And Jim, I just want to say thank you so much. Because, you know, when you don't have the money and you can't afford this stuff, and he was, you know, like he said to me in a letter, he said, he goes, I have so much extra of this stuff now that, he goes, I'll never be able to use it all, so, you know, why not share it? And that's so wonderful. Excuse me. And I hope, you know, there might be a time when some of the stuff, I have a lot of it now. If I see that somebody needs something, you know, I can say, hey, you know, you want to need it, I can help you out, you know, and I get to do the pass on thing, because there's been so many people here that's been so generous. It blows me away. And so I know, you know, a lot of people say, well, a lot of the good people aren't around anymore. Well, you know, for those people, I say, you know what, come over and check out the group of people that watch and do these radio and electronic videos, and kind of watch in there, and you might change your mind. You might say, well, you know, okay, there isn't as many people around, but there's this one area where there's just a ton of them, you know, and that's this. So, Jim, I just want to say thank you again. It's very, very much appreciated. I can't even tell you how much. And, you know, I wish I probably should have been patient, just so I could have laid the stuff out and showed you all the stuff that he sent me here. And because, like I said, it'd blow your mind. All right, let me flip this back. Okay, yeah, that's one thing about this phone that, I mean, I can't complain. It's a really wonderful phone. I'm glad I got it, and the camera is like really good on here. Like I said, before I really didn't want to mess with my my phone cameras because, but this one, this one works pretty good, and it's not gonna be exclusive, but I'm definitely using it more. So, all right, like I said, I wanted to bring to attention that, you know, not all capacitors are going to be set up the way you just think they're going to be. You know, that's why it's always good, no matter what. Oh, I did this before, I just put this in here, blah, blah. Now, you need to go and look at what you're doing. You need to make sure, you know, look at the old one. How's the old one set up in there? If it doesn't look right, before you just go, oh, they made a mistake, check the schematic and look and make sure that they did do it right and you're not messing up. And like I said, this one could have I could have very easily pulled those two caps out, put them both in with both negatives to ground, and you know what would have happened eventually. You know, that's going to, there's only two tubes on here, and that's the main tube, and you know it would have, well, you know, we would have had magic smoke plus probably a little excitement along with that too. So okay, I'm gonna cut off here, and I wanted to show you that, and I wanted to say thank you, Jim. Just fantastic at your giving and stuff. Okay, everybody, have a good one. Take care, and let's hope I don't make the news tomorrow. Okay, with this weather. Okay, goodbye.